Welcome back. Today we're joined by Hilma Weber, a visionary Namibian children's author and passionate early literacy advocate who has dedicated her career to nurturing young minds through the power of storytelling. With years of experience shaping narratives that educate, comfort, and inspire, Hilma's work is deeply rooted in early childhood development, ensuring that every story she creates supports learning, imagination, and emotional growth. She's now preparing for a major milestone, the mega launch of Temba Kids Hub and the introduction of Temba, a brand new Namibian children's character designed to inspire creativity, curiosity, and confidence in young readers. We're excited to talk to her about her journey, her passion, and her body of work. Hilma, good evening and welcome.
Good evening, Nina, and thank you for having me.
Thank you so much for being here. Well, as I mentioned, you're known for, your passion for children and early childhood development. So talk to us about where it all started.
Yeah. I was listening to you, I was like, her career, my early career has been in tourism, actually. Yeah. So it all started around 2019, end of 2019. I visited a sanitation project in the informal settlements in Korea Hub and Ombiri area. And there I interacted with children and the educators, the owners of these kindergartens. But one thing that stood out for me, at the time my son was 3 years old. One thing that stood out for me, there were no children's books in these kindergartens. And I just said, can we come, I spoke to the teacher, can we come and read to the children one day? What do you think? Then they say, of course you can come. So I then got students from one of the NGOs and we went reading to the children. It was, children wanted to eat of these books. The teachers asked us, why don't you come every single Friday, for example? I thought, sure. We organize volunteers and we do this. But as I drove away, I thought it has to be something more sustainable. And that's when I got the idea of starting the library boxes. We started off with library boxes first, collecting books from other families, children's books, and setting up these library boxes. But as I interacted more with these children, something just sent me back to my childhood. So these children, 6-year-olds living in Havana or Korea Hub, did not have an imagination beyond that surrounding. And remembering as I was a kid from Oshikuku, in a small village in that constituency, I could not remember, if I reflect, imagining something beyond that village, because I grew up without books as well, which is obviously very often when you meet an author, they will tell you, especially a children author, oh, my favorite book was this when I was a kid. My story is not like that. So that's how it all started. And then that's when I got the idea to write this book, My Children's Picture Atlas of Namibia, to give children a perspective and a special awareness that I am in this space, but beyond me, there is a bigger space. And this is my identity. I'm proud to be Namibian. Because, I mean, believe me, there are kids growing up in Windhoek, but they don't know they're in Windhoek. They have never seen the city center, but having this book has given them perspective and broaden their horizons.
I browsed through it. It's very beautiful. I mean, it's the entire country, and you've lined out, of course, what stands out in each region, and illustrated it through pictures. It's very, very interactive, and of course, children like bright colors. They like pictures and all of that. So it's really great. So this was your first undertaking.
That was my very first, and I'm always very privileged and honored to work with artists that really can visualize the words. And capture. Because that really, it's entertaining for the children, even for parents who are not literate. They can actually go through these books with the children.
You've brought some of your books with you today, and I didn't realize you do like the sensory books as well, for like the small, so like when
for
you
babies.
Have your first, people don't consider these books, but this is your first book. Because it's sensory and it's got pictures.
You're 3 months old or 2 months old, your mom is going back to work, you're in a daycare. This is something. But even at home with your parents.
And then you authored a book called Beautifully Different. And just tell us the inspiration behind that one.
This one, diversity is a topic. Being in tourism, I have seen a lot of diversity issues. But a lot of time, we see diversity because of our skin colors. But diversity is so much broader than that. You know, it's how cognitively able we are, it's physical able, how physically able we are. So I was in this book when I wrote it, I was thinking of a child who is differently able, yeah, and or act differently, or learn differently. And he or she is in a playground, and other kids are simply, and we see these things, other kids are simply pushing her or him away, not to playing with them. And a lot of times, sometimes, us parents are also not encouraging this conversation. So this was for me, for children and families to open the discussions that we are all different, but we are all beautiful, you know? So in that story is that when you embrace diversity, there's also a lot of fun in it. Yeah.
Well, talk to us about the gap that you saw, Hilma, in children's literacy or creativity that inspired the creation of Temba Kids.
The gap that I see, and I gravitate a lot to children that are growing up without books, because I think I always look back where I come from. But the gap I see that is that in our country, we consume a lot of other literature, especially children. I feel our children literature, it is coming, but we need to build it. So when you say
other literature, not Namibian stories?
Not Namibian stories.
Okay.
So I feel it is now the time that we consume, create and consume our own stories. I think we have beautiful stories.
Yes, we do.
And we would like our children to grow up proud and confident to be Namibian.
Yes.
And I think in these times of phones and, I don't know, technologies, a lot of times our children are on the phones and watching, I don't know what, Cocomelon and all these other Peppa Pigs. So why not consume our own, you know, so that our children grow up being proud and really know their own country and their own stories.
Tomorrow you're launching Temba Kids Hub.
Yes.
So briefly tell us about this, because we're unfortunately out of time, and then also tell us where the launch is taking place and what time.
Okay. Temba Kids was really born to house the work that I do. And it's a social enterprise. So it will be creating a lot of stories within the context of Namibia and Africa. And the Temba character, it's a Namibian character. So it is time that our stories also go into other continents, you know? And this character, I feel, represent Namibia, represent Africa. And the launch is happening tomorrow at the National Library at 5:30 to 7 in the evening. And we try to keep the program brief because there will be children. And I will be telling the very first story of Temba. So she's very adventurous. So please come and bring your little ones.
And of course, it's a free event.
It's a free event. Yeah.
Fantastic. Well, I'll definitely be there.
Yeah, sure.
Thank you so much, Hilma, for being here this evening. We appreciate it, and all the best with tomorrow's launch.
Thank you very much. Thank you for having me.
Well, there you have it. That was Hilma Weber talking to us about her Temba Kids Hub that she's launching tomorrow, and of course the character Temba as well. And it's going to be happening at the National Library starting at 5:30. If you've got a little one, it's school holiday, so take them out for a treat tomorrow evening. With that, we've come to the end of